I'll read it from there. Lacey, I received the file, but it's going through the proverbial scan. So it'll take me just a second. Oh, I got it. Here it comes.
Now I'm going to be voting verbally, Craig. I'm going to vote verbal. Are you going to vote with Prime Gov or how?
So I won't vote as general manager, but we'll have all the other trustees. The trustees should be able to get in and vote using Prime Gov. Isn't that correct, Amy? Are you all logged in? Everyone's good?
Yes, they should.
Excellent.
I don't think I'm logged in yet, Craig, but I'll catch up. Thank you.
Great.
I see we have Jim Roth with us today.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
You know, best as could be, right? I'm just thankful I'm not responsible for road conditions any longer. So, Craig, I feel for you. Just want you to know, I was sending Gary Bloomer to text over the weekend and offering a prayer. But I'm really impressed with
Your sincerity seems to be lacking in that statement.
It is genuine. It is heartfelt, Larry, please.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to
I think we're
the
ready to go.
February 16th meeting of the Oklahoma City. I started already, Wiley.
All right.
Okay, let's start over again. Good afternoon and welcome to the February 16th, 2021 meeting of the Oklahoma City Economic Development Trust. Before I call the meeting to order, I'd like Craig Freeman to share a few insights on the mechanics of what we'll be doing this afternoon. So Craig, if you would.
Thank you, Chairman. So the trustees, secretary, municipal counselor, all participating in the meeting directly need to remain unmuted during the meeting. That way we can interact. All other participants should remain muted unless you're recognized by the chair or by the general manager. And if you're calling into the meeting, mute and unmute. To mute and unmute, you have to use *6. If the video conference is disconnected at any time during the meeting will be stopped and reconvened once the connection is restored. If we can't get the communication back within 15 minutes, and if communications cannot be restored, the meeting will reconvene in the same location at the same site on today at 5 p.m. Anyone wishing to speak about an item to be included in the citizens to be heard portion at the end of the meeting should call 297-2245 or text 219-7987, or you can email cityclerk@okc.gov. I'll repeat those. You can call 297-2245. You can text 219-7987 or email cityclerk@okc.gov. Please submit your request now to avoid receipt of your request coming in after the item is considered. The agenda and attachments are available online at okc.gov. And that's all I have, Chairman.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you. At this point, I'd like to call the meeting to order. The first item of business is to approve the minutes of the January 19th, 2021 Oklahoma City Economic Development Trust meeting. Do I see some motions? I see a motion and a second. The chairman will also vote yes. And the item is carried. Next up is to ratify
One moment, Chairman.
Yes.
We still need a couple of voters. I just want to remind the trustees to hit escape on their keyboard to find their voting buttons. Trustee Roth, how do you vote today?
Vote aye.
Thank you, Chairman.
Are we ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
Thank
The
you.
results should be on the screen now.
Got them. All right, next up is to ratify the OCEDT claims. The chairman votes yes.
Roth, aye.
And the item carries. Thank you. Next up are items for individual consideration. Craig, if you would, Economic Development Memorandum of Agreement with the Oklahoma Industrial Authority.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chairman McAtee. This item is for the purchase of land, and it's on I-240 southeastern, between Southeastern Avenue and South Bryant Avenue. It's 577 acres. And it was the allocation of funds was approved by the trust and by the city back on November the 24th. This is bringing back a memorandum of agreement where the OIA, the Oklahoma Industrial Facilities Authority, Oklahoma Industries Authority will actually make the purchase of another piece of property and exchange that. The land currently is owned by the Commission of Land Office. And so it's a property that we have to do a swap on. So OIA will purchase another piece of property and then do the swap so that we acquire this property that is desired. The agreement includes specification in there that a master developer will be sought through an RFP process, and that once the properties are either leased or sold, revenues from those transactions would come back into the trust. We do have today with us Keith Kuhlman with the Alliance for Economic Development, if any of the trustees have any other questions.
Thank you, Craig. Keith, would you like to make some comments, sir?
Really, the main comment that I'd like to make is just to let you all know how important this tract of land is. One of the things that we did early on with this was we looked all around the city, citywide, for additional large tracts of land that could be unified to meet this same purpose. And commissioners, what's been interesting about it is you can find some smaller tracts. You can find something like 160 acres, but where you can find something that's a mile square is a rarity. And this particular property has all the utilities right there. It's zoned perfectly. It's in a great economic category with all the tax credit type zones where it would fit in well. And it just really is just an outstanding economic development property.
And so we're anticipating that we should be able to close some deals in the years ahead because of the fact that the land was already available and the size and the quantity that the prospector is looking for.
Yes, sir. And part of the reasons, and again, I know this because I used to actually work for the land office, they have such strict rules and regulations and legal requirements for them to be able to transfer properties that most companies just don't want to deal with it, especially when they're wanting to move quickly. Putting it in the hands of this group would just speed up that process tremendously.
Thank you for those insights. Members, anybody have a question or a comment? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to accept this particular resolution. Chairman will vote yes.
Roth, yes.
Commissioner Roth will vote yes. And the item carries 5-0. Thank you all. Craig, next one up is the resolution for the Boathouse Bark Park LLC.
Yes, sir. This is one, In the council items, in the council agenda, we typically, at the first of it, we'll have a place for uncontested continuances where we'll take items off the agenda. We really don't have that in the Economic Development Trust. This item will be stricken from the agenda. There's some additional work that needs to be done on this agreement. And so we're going to strike this item and we'll bring it back at a later date. We don't have a certain date on that yet, but we'll bring that back at a later date. So we're going to strike this item from the agenda.
Okay, is a motion and a vote necessary to strike it, or can I just say the motion is stricken?
I believe we're okay just to strike the item from the agenda. Is that correct, Wiley?
Yes, we can just strike it. Doesn't require any action.
Thank you, Wiley. Thank you, Craig. Next up, general manager reports. You have the general manager report before you. Moving along, comments from staff. Does staff have any comments? Hearing none. Trustees, any comments or questions from the trustees?
I'll just comment that I hope that everyone is staying safe and warm.
Staying safe and warm. Can you make a commitment to that effect? Thank you.
Mind.
That is a good one.
Thank you.
Any citizen signed up wishes to be heard?
No one has signed up.
No one is signed up. Therefore, thank you for coming. Drive safe. Enjoy the snow. We are adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.